They're telling us exactly what they're going to do, and they make it seem like there's nothing we can do about it. All right, guys. So I came across a video the other day of Larry Ellison. This is a billionaire, if I'm not mistaken. He made a comment when talking about the behavior of people, rather American citizens, and that I'll let you watch it for yourself.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
As you can see, you heard what he said out of his mouth. Now, there's a longer conversation or video clips to it, but basically, in a nutshell, guys, he is trying to adopt what the Chinese are already doing. And he's stating that we are going to behave because we are under more surveillance, we're being watched closely, and all this other nonsense. For a majority of America, that might be so, because a lot of America will do whatever they're told. They, again, I said this before, I will say it again, they got a taste of that when they told us to put something in our arm we didn't need. And like a bunch of Martians, people lined up and got this thing that they didn't need in their arm. And because they saw that, their data analysis, if you will, on our behavior during the whole Mr. 19 event, the COVID event, they know what they can do and can't do. They know that we're going to fall in line with a lot of stuff. We saw videos, during the whole Mr. 19 event and with the arm ticket when it came out, how people were pushing that we needed that. How people were yelling at other people for not taking it. How people were yelling at other people for not putting something over their face. So these people, guys, they watched our behavior during that. They watched how we were acting towards one another. They saw that, wow, if we can get this many people or percentage of people to behave themselves as we did during the Mr. 19 event. When they shut down all of America, what did people do? They did what they were told. They stayed in their homes. There were some of us who were like, nope, we're not doing that. Right? Again, I mean, I tried to go camping and a lot of the campgrounds were shut down, but I made it work. I found the spot to hide out and whatever, because I'm not going to listen to this nonsense. And something in the back of my head told me that this was a test run. Something told me that there was something not right with this whole situation. And I, in the back of my head, had thought, what if they're doing this to see how we react? Right? They put some numbers at the bottom of the TV screen. They start telling us how many people are actually gone. Keep in mind, other than the numbers that they kept driving up, how do we know that many people really passed away from the Mr. 19 event? We don't. Now, yes, people absolutely did. But the amount of people is where I'm starting to call bullshit. But that's a different subject for a different day. So now, guys, they did all of this. They got all of their data together, and they're like, we're going to get, let's just say, I'm throwing a number out there, 90 to 95% of the population in the United States to follow what we said. That other 5 to 10%, that's what we're going to have to worry about, and we're going to have to try something different to get more of them on board. They want to try to get, and again, this is my theory, they want to try to get 100%, or at the very least 99% of the people to comply to whatever nonsense they got going on. And Larry Ellison in that video is stating that more surveillance is going to get most of us on board with following whatever nonsense they want to follow. They're not going to get everybody. They're not going to get guys like myself or whoever's watching this channel. They're not going to get us to follow their nonsense unless they release some new nonsense, another virus, if you will, that has a higher mortality rate, and it's going to start taking out more people. And even then, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not going to abide to the nonsense that they want us to abide to. But they are telling us their plan outright in the open. They're telling us everything that they're going to do because apparently they have to. The way it works with the devil or whatever deal they made with whatever entity, they have to tell us what they're going to do for it to work. And they tell us this often. Now, granted, a lot of people are not paying attention to this. A lot of people don't even know who Larry Ellison is. In fact, a lot of people didn't even see that clip or that venue, whatever it was that he was talking to or at. They didn't see that. The most of us who follow it, guys, we follow it because we're trying to stay ahead of the game. Or at the very least, we're trying to stay in the game so that we don't get bamboozled by whatever nonsense they unleash on us, which they're going to. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. Something cataclysmic is going to happen and has to happen for us to get on board with that kind of lifestyle. That kind of like, oh man, there's a camera watching. I'm gonna do the right thing. Now in China, they have the social credit scoring system, and that is keeping people in line. But it seems that China keeps lowering the bar, or rather raising the bar, right? Okay, so they're raising the bar, making it tougher to live in China by, I guess, putting all these new rules in place so that even if you're doing the right thing, you're doing everything you need to do. Oh, well, you didn't step on this line the way you were supposed to. You walked outside of that line just a little bit. You had trash in your pocket instead of in the garbage. Like dumb nonsense like that, I think they're doing to make it harder so that they can get more poor people. And I don't know what the outcome of having more people is. Maybe so that they're on the streets and they go missing and then certain things happen to them. I don't know. That's a conspiracy theory. Don't be like, oh, the Angryprepper said that's a conspiracy theory. That a lot of missing people equates to a lot of new organs, if you know what I mean. Anyway, this is the Angryprepper. Thank you for watching.